Mr. Javadekar with us. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. I haven't got your picture on the screen yet, but yes, you are smiling. Yes, I expected to see a big smile on your face. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wilder than even your best dreams?
Yes, please, please.
A bigger victory than your wildest dreams?
No, we were expecting this kind of result from Uttar Pradesh because Uttar Pradesh has changed for better, and they are not now voting on caste and creed or religion, but they are voting on aspirations and for development. That's a major shift which has come. See, people voted for Modi ji with hope in 2014. Now they are voting with confidence after 3 years of actual good governance. And therefore, all sections of society have voted in large number. The large percentage of voting, large number of women participation, all went in our favor because demonetization also was perceived rightly by poorer sections of society that this is larger part of the fight against black money, and therefore people appreciated that move. And though they had to be in queue for first 2 months, they were happy with the move, and that is what has reflected in the elections results.
Prakash ji, Sridevasan here, congratulations from my side as well, and I must say I love your outfit. You always, you have terrific color choices. Today you've outdone yourself. Wanted to ask you, are you tempted now when you see this model, the Uttar Pradesh model, where you don't go in with a chief ministerial candidate, but you fight elections with Mr. Modi virtually as the face of the election? He's the de facto chief ministerial candidate. People saying we are voting for Mr. Modi, though he's not going to be chief minister. Is this going to be a temptation now to replicate this in all the assembly elections coming up, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh? And is the risk of that you do not then cultivate local leaders, which was one of your great strengths?
No, but this is not an all India policy. It's an issue of strategy. And so party takes decision before the elections whether to project any leader. We projected Sarvanand Sonowal in Assam. So it differs from state to state. But we decide that's a strategical decision. The policy decision is good governance. Policy decision is party going to and seeking help of all people. We don't exclude anybody, and we take everybody for, we want vote from all sections of society.
Right,
and
sir.
the plank of the poor, which was with the Congress, they don't know by opposing demonetization. That was the last straw, and they have lost the plank of the poor also. That has now shifted to BJP.
But Mr. Javadekar, I just want to take you up on demonetization. I mean, while it may have certainly helped you and you have won today, so full credit to that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the policy in terms of its actual implementation has delivered on any of the intended benefits. If you talk about eliminating black money, for instance, there's no evidence that that's happened. In fact, the cash seizures in this election are 3 times more than in the last election. You then moved the goalpost and said, let's go cashless. If you look at the data, digital transactions have actually dropped after December and January. They've come back. People are going back to using cash transactions.
No, sir.
There was talk of fake currency being eliminated. Fake currency is back. There was talk about terrorism being reduced. The numbers don't suggest that. So, I mean, credit to you for your victory, but is Notbandi an example of the success of post-truth politics?
Srinivasan, I respect your freedom to have your views, but let me tell you fact that Notbandi was not a one measure or one full stop measure. It is in series of fight against black money, fight against tax evasion, fight against fake currency. So it is a continued battle, and it has yielded result, and you will know the results within few months now also, because every day new revelations are coming and new unaccounted money is coming forth, and they have to shell the tax, and they have to get, they are fined also. So things are moving because now everything is accounted for. The money which was stashed away and kept in houses or at offices is now in banks, and we know who
Okay.
has given what. So
Sir,
that's
I
a big
just wanted
thing.
to-
But I'm not going into that today. Let me tell you more importantly. People are perceiving. You yourself, Srinivasan, you had gone and there was a person who got fainted in the queue, and when you asked him, he told that we are happy with Modi. So this is how things are. So people's perception, because they want more tax, no tax evasion and no black money.
Javadekar ji, we've been discussing the oratory and the communication ability of the Prime Minister, and also the organization that was on the ground by Amit Shah in Uttar Pradesh. These are obviously positive factors, but you can't win unless with only those two. The other points are sabke saath, sabka vikas. Now, people voted for you for hope in delivery, vikas. No doubt, it's gone across castes. You've had a swing, positive swing in every caste, most probably. What about on the other side, sabke saath? You didn't have one Muslim candidate. Obviously, probably the Muslims didn't vote for you at all, and there are 40 million Muslims in Uttar Pradesh. Are you going to rectify that part of your slogan?
We had already 3 Muslim candidates in Manipur and 10 Christian candidates in Manipur,
Uttar
where I
Pradesh.
was in charge.
Uttar Pradesh.
So it depends upon state to state. We never say that we will not give. In Goa, we have 10 Christian MLAs. In Nagaland, we are in government and we have 6 Christian MLAs.
No, I'm just looking ahead. Are you
Yeah.
going to have in your cabinet in Uttar Pradesh some members from that from the Muslim community and for communities that you have left out? Because as you said, everybody voted for us, but there was one big blot. And looking
But
ahead, is
see-
that going to change?
No. So therefore, just wait for 2 days, 2-3 days more, and you will see, and then you will also praise.
Wait for what, sir?
2-3 days.
And what will
Because
happen?
Ministry formation will happen, and you will be happy.
There will be all-inclusive cabinet.
It is always. Our central government is all inclusive, our state governments are all inclusive, because we think not in terms of groups. We don't think people in terms of vote bank. We think in terms of complete full nation. All are equal and all have right, equal right.
So your
on this
cabinet,
country.
your cabinet in 2-3 days will have some Muslim members, right?
Whether it is 2-3 days or 5 days, that
5 days, yeah.
parliamentary board will elect leader, then there will be MLAs meeting, they will elect leader, then there will be government, and then there will be cabinet, and you will listen and you will see what happens on ground.
That's interesting. Though you don't have any Muslim MLAs, you will still find Muslim representation.
You just wait and see.
Okay, we'll wait and see. I want to ask you, do you think, we've been debating this in the studio, do you think that as a result of this, that 2019 is a done deal for the BJP?
See, in elections, every election is a new election. We will never be complacent. We will be always working, because we are working for mission, not for commission. And that is the main difference. And therefore, we will continue to, our mission is removing the poverty from this country, given poorer sections of society the justice, equity, in education also, as I say always, accessibility, equity, quality, accountability and affordability. That's what we want to bring in. So the same for each department, and that is how we are progressing.
So what happened?
We think nation as a whole, and
Okay.
we want to take nation to a next level.
What happened in Punjab and Goa?
See, Punjab, we were junior partners. Manipur, because I am on TV screen, so I have not seen what has happened, but we were nowhere in 2012. We had no single MLA elected. Then 2 MLA joined us and they resigned from their own parties, and then in by-elections they got elected. We are much more, the people surge and support in favor of us is let us good, and let us see at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, because there even 500 votes make a change, make or mar election in Goa and Manipur. So we'll discuss it after 2 o'clock.
Right. One last thing. What was the difference between your defeat, why you lost in Bihar and you won in Uttar Pradesh?
See, Bihar, where both the parties which were opposing each other, they joined in a coalition which was purely opportunistic, but after all, electoral arithmetic works. So that worked in Bihar. This time, both parties which came together were not credible, and therefore their alliance didn't work, and people voted completely in favor of BJP.
So if the Mayawati ji, BSP had joined, it would have been like Bihar. There was no
elections,
arithmetic.
You can't make a calculation of presumptive that all opposition unity index. Pranav, you started with that opposition unity index barometer, because we have learned from you only. So opposition unity index is a factor. But let us understand that it doesn't happen. It can be easy on paper. It doesn't happen on ground.